a lot of nonsense have been normalized. Abnormal things have been normalized in this country. And at times, when you begin to hear people like Ruben Abati, you begin to wonder, they just want to mess up people's mental state. And that's why it's good that a lot of people are not really buying into those nonsense. Just hear what he said.
Now, lobbying is a standard, tested, old tradition within the American system. And the whole idea of lobbying is that you want your side of the story to be heard. So if Biafra, the people promoting Biafra, if they are going to the US and they are paying how much? $60,000 to sell their own story, that Igbos are being marginalized and persecuted in Nigeria, and that the idea of a Republic of Biafra will be a good proposition. I think it makes sense that the Nigerian government too is in that space. It's not about the money, it's about the fact that the Nigerian government wants to be heard, so that there's not just one voice in the room. The other matter is Nigeria being designated a country of particular concern on October 30, 2025 by President Trump. So it's a very good diplomatic move to say we want to have our own people in the room. There is a group called Aston Legal also, in Kaduna, that we're told is representing the Nigerian government through the auspices of the National Security Advisor. On December 12, 2025, the Nigerian government paid $4.5 million for 6 months, and the contract is renewable for another 6 months. So the lobbyists, what they will be doing basically is to get the Nigerian voice into the room.
Anytime you listen to this Ruben Abati of Arise TV, you wonder if the guy is actually educated like he claimed he went to school. He talked like somebody whose school did not go through. He talked as if he reasoned from beneath, as if his head is turned upside down. Now, what he's arguing here is that if the indigenous people of Biafra, if they can pay the lobbyist, in America, if they can pay them $50,000 for their voice to be heard, all right, for them to table their voice to be heard. Now, it's justifying that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also justifiable to pay $9 million for his own voice, for the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be heard. Do you know what $9 million is? That's number one. Number two, who caused the problem? If there was no problem initially, will he be lobbying for his voice to be heard? Because there's a way, this problem has been, even before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came. Many presidents, in the past have been, but they've been able to manage the situation to a level. In President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's time, it went beyond their control. Now, the indigenous people of Biafra, the money they paid were contributed by the people of Biafra. The money President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is taking to America, to the lobbyists, for his government's voice to be heard. That money is the taxpayers' money of every collective Nigeria, including the people of Biafra. And that's our taxpayers' money. That money can solve insecurity problem, can solve the problem of hunger, can solve a lot of problems in this country. But you get sense. They think. They think. You just talk. Maybe because you are looking for favor from this government or whatever, you just talk. Or maybe because of you are a Yoruba man, you want to be, you are a tribal bigot. That's what I can see here. This money is taxpayers' money, for crying out loud. This money can solve a lot of issues in Nigeria. What we are crying out here is misappropriation of funds. They think, what kind of school did you go to? So we are saying here that our money should not be used, in a way that the money will be misused. We want our money to be used appropriately. And I know the reason why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing all these things, because he knows that the government of the American government doesn't like his government, so it might affect his election. And for those of you that will say that it's a sovereign nation, go and look at what the former president Barack Obama did to Goodluck Jonathan. He influenced that election, and America can influence this other election if you don't know. Alright guys, I just say let me share it here with you guys. Abati needs to get sense.
Every hypocrite, yes, I mean every hypocrite in this country will be seen. They will be seen through their behavior, no matter how they hide it. Yes, and that is exactly what is happening to this man called Abati. A lot of people have been saying his line of thoughts, and you begin to understand that what does this man want? It's neither here nor there. At times he try to, he try to balance some things, or he's try not even balance, to tilt to one side, at times to tilt to the other side. But at least people can see through who he is, the caliber of person he is, and that is what has really been explained here. Yeah, I have been asking the same question for a while. Very flippant. That is a what's his name? Abati. What are you trying to say, Ruben Abati? It's a good question. No? You are on point, sir. Thank you for your more explicit explanation. He doesn't even think you spoke very well. Yes. Does government even need to lobby? All they need to do is to do the right thing, so we don't even waste taxpayers' money on rubbish. At the end of the day, if he goes there, I think they've come. I don't even know as at when this lobbying, happened, because at the end of the day, the U.S. government came to investigate actually if it happened in the first place. So we don't know if whether it was after the airstrike that they paid the money or before the airstrike, because they've seen. Of course, I don't understand. Thank God they are not even dealing with a non-entity. Somebody like what is it called? This man, the president of the US, he's not a non-entity. Trump is not a non-entity. You are not dealing with a non-entity. Trump is not that kind of person. No matter who wants to lobby him, he must make sure that he has upper hand on you, if at all, because of course nobody is perfect. But by and large, Trump is not that kind of person that you are going to tell nonsense things. And some people are like, Tinubu don't go passing boundary. You don't bribe, reach even the US, and that is what Abati is trying to normalize, that it's a tradition, is this and that. If Biafra is doing that, then must government do the same thing? Must government do the same thing? So meaning that he's doing all these things so that they will stop to do what they are doing. So meaning that all this nonsense they are talking about, oh yes, the Nigerian government is aware of this whole thing, that they collaborated with the US government, all on a line, and just boo-booing. If Tinubu says, if they say Tinubu, they fear the northerners, talk another thing. And people are telling us that it's a strategist. Ruben is looking for work in Tinubu's government. If you are doing a good thing, you don't even need to lobby, Abio. And that's a good question, and that is what a very reasonable people question. Reasonable people be asking that kind of question. The next thing you see, all of those APC supporters, the next thing 4+4, nothing. Tinubu to 2031. They cannot even bring out a solid argument to counter what somebody has said. That is what they will do. That was what the northerners were doing when Buhari was there. 4+4, no matter what people do. Yes, they understand the fact that they have goofed, that Tinubu has goofed, the party has goofed, all of them. But they will just say that you don't have choice. Whether you see it, whichever way you see it, it does not matter. The man is coming, it's coming. Okay? No, they know that what you are saying is the truth. Then they just resort to 4+4. It's unfortunate. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.